welcome back to the Mystery Cast Draft 2018. Last week we saw them open the envelopes. There were some crazy packs. Chronicles, Worldwake, Urza's Legacy. Let's find out what decks these guys built. And we are live with match number 1. It's EB versus Frank. I'm Milo and I'm joined with Aaron.
Hello, let the chaos begin.
So the chaos starts with a mull. EB's playing Bant bombs and Frank is playing Esper first pick. So both people seem to have pretty good decks.
Yeah, and look at those sleeves on EB. Oh my goodness, I'm in love already.
Those are the new dragon sleeves.
Very cool.
Dragon shield sleeves.
I want them. With the who's the planeswalker on the champion playmat there? I'm blanking on it.
Sarkhan?
Sarkhan, exactly. The dragon planeswalker with the dragon sleeves.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
He came.
How can he lose? How can he lose?
Although he kept passing that hoarding dragon. We saw his draft, and although he did pass that hoarding dragon, I felt like his deck was pretty good.
Yes, I do think his deck is quite strong as well.
And
like any deck with a Chroma's Vengeance always has a chance to win.
And look at that first pick already doing some work.
Oh my god.
Pack 2 first pick, scavenger full.
And Frank's his confidence just went through the roof. He's like, oh, 1 mana, 1/1. He's like, I'm gonna win. I got this.
Slightly better Mons Goblin Raider. Alright, going in. It's doing some work. 19. Getting it done.
Look at that.
Maybe if that deals... Oh, he's got the Kavu Predator to follow it up, the old 1-2 punch.
Nice. Yeah, this is an aggressive start. And we see the island, so EB did decide to go get some blue in his deck. I think that 3/4 flyer made a big difference there.
So, looks like Frank is also playing blue. I mean, his deck's called Esper first pick, so...
Yeah, and the white. Right. So there was another white drafter, which is surprising, seeing how much white was coming back.
Yeah. I wonder what he took over the Divine Verdict in the Dollarama pack.
Maybe this is the foil mythic, and Frank ended up going in white a little bit later.
Oh, maybe. Could be. Could be! Alright, we got 3 mana here. What is this? We have Knight of the Pilgrim's Road. That's one of the origin cards. 3/2 for 3, but it has Renown 1.
3/2. Frank can't lose.
Oh,
the disperse.
Maybe next turn, EB says. Not
so
this turn.
that card says Time Walk. So that's what I'm reading.
Yeah.
So let's take another turn.
Except Frank got to play that land. So
yeah, it would be really sweet if EB was able to work it so Frank had it like an enter the battlefield, gain life ability, get the Kavu Titan big. He's like, right then he's like disperse it. He's gonna make you cast that sucker again. That's a nice little combo there.
He's got a Shimmering Grotto, and he's gonna try that Knight of Pilgrim's Eye again, or Pilgrim's Road.
Pilgrim's Road. It's the Pilgrim's Road. It's a long, winding road.
But 4/3, if that connects, 2 and a white for 4/3, that's nice. That is really good.
Yeah, EB can't be trading the Kavu Titan, like getting the 2 for a 3, even though he's up ahead on the race.
But he can always block with the old scavenger. Okay. Oh, so we got that Utopia Vow.
So this is the pacifism, but now he's fixing Frank's mana.
He is. Now, he doesn't know what Frank's playing, so he might see Frank's got 2 colors. Maybe those are his only 2 colors. He might not need it. And he's really putting that pressure on.
Yeah, he's half Frank's left total already.
We can also see that EB doesn't have any planes in play. And we know that he took a couple double white cards there, like the Akroma's Vengeance and the Decree of Justice.
So, if you're off the white and you're in this position, do you start to think of cycling Akroma's Vengeance, or you just never cycle that card?
I don't think you ever cycle Akroma's Vengeance.
No, not in this format. You would have to be so far behind and need something else so badly to cycle that. Like right now, you could still bide so much time, right? He's not under any pressure at all.
So we got that Gavany Iron Right, 1/4. If you have 5 life or less, all creatures you control get +1/+4.
Wow. We might actually see that this game. That Birds of Paradise becomes a 1/5 flyer. Does it give flying to it when you say it turns into a birds? Probably not.
No, it doesn't, it doesn't do that. A Utopia Tree, maybe, is a better example of that, because it's Utopia.
So it'd be, yeah, either way, it'd be a 1/5 flyer that can't attack or block. Or 1/5.
It doesn't change its power and
So
toughness.
EB seems to be changing, just missing his land drops here.
Yeah. He's got to start slowing down now. Well, I'll go in with the Cavu Titan just to see what Frank will do.
Yeah.
And then he plays a forest and passes the turn. Would you have been tempted to put that Utopia thing on your scavenger folk to make it a reasonable card?
Yeah, possibly, depending on
What else
like
is he
we have to assume EB is off just white mana, and that's what he's doing. Like, I don't know how many cards are in his hands, but
Looks like two.
at least 2. Yeah.
Oh, we got a Urza's Legacy card here, Phyrexian Debaser. It's 3 and a black for a 2/2 flyer, and you can tap and sack it to give a creature -2/-2 till end of turn.
That's a great card.
It is.
It's gonna do some damage this game.
It is.
Well, I don't know what that drawing is. What creature carrier?
It's carrier, yeah.
That is some scary looking beast, whatever it is. And what's it flying over? Like a river of blood?
It's Phyrexia. You know,
We don't know
less
what's happening.
questions you ask, the better.
I see. And it's like emanating gas from its belly. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
Honestly, any card with Phyrexian in the title, the artwork could also be the cover of a black
Heavy
metal album.
Yeah, heavy metal album. Nice. Yeah, for sure.
All right, going in for 2. And he's got the... Oh, he's running the Vindicate sliver. So all slivers have 3, sack it, and destroy target permanent.
Including itself, which is the important part here, because there probably won't be too many other slivers, but...
If he could get changelings... If he
Oh,
gets
yeah?
changelings, that would be nice. And he's got to hope...
Oh, look at Frank Submit. He's played things every turn and just way ahead on the card advantage here.
Oh, he's got a pacifism
It's
that
7
doesn't
cards.
make a
Oh my
creature
goodness.
useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 cards. That's serious business. He's really getting some mileage out of that Utopia and Vow. Utopia Vow.
And we have the city's blessing. We're ascending.
He has the City's Blessing. This card is pretty good. I actually really like this card. 1 and 2 blue, draw 3 cards if you have the City's Blessing.
Yeah, does he have the city's blessing?
He does, yeah. He's got 4 lands and he's got 4 creatures.
No, you need 10 permanents. I think he's short. I wonder why he's casting now with 7 cards in his hand then. Interesting.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Frank must know what he's doing. He's ahead in this game, so who are we to question?
Goes
Get in for 2. He's gonna sit back with his mitt full of cards and just tempt EB to do anything. He has the Vindicate, he has the Pacifism in hand.
I mean, you just got to play something interesting, right? Like, if I was Frank, I'd be tempted to just hit that island with the sliver. Like,
Yeah, he would have to assume maybe he's off the double blue.
Yeah. So we got an overgrown Armasaur.
Yeah.
4/4, and whenever it's dealt damage, you get a 1/1 sapling.
So this is the dinosaur he took early on, and I guess he didn't wheel the 2/1, the hatchling.
Yeah.
Oh,
we got a moment of craving.
and this makes sense because he's going to gain the 2 life. He actually needs to target that whatever that thing was.
Or else it's
with
going to
it.
get 2 counters.
That's right. Otherwise, it becomes a 4/4 trample.
So as much as he wanted to use that on the scavenger folk, he had to.
EB forced his hand.
Yeah.
So we're just seeing Frank slowly take over this game in the air, just peck at you for 2 each turn.
Just play his 1/4,
Yeah.
his 2/2 that self-destructs and kills something, and 2/2 flyer. Just wait.
And the 2/2 flyer also kills something. All his creatures seem are very good little utility creatures as well. It's a nice little deck he's put together. Oh, that seems powerful. Is that Azor?
It is Azor.
Yeah, the 2 double white, double blue for 6/6 flyer, and when you attack, you get to Sphinx's Revelation.
Yeah, and when you play it, the opponent can't cast instants or sorceries the next turn.
Oh, okay. So it has.
So once he plays it, EB can't Chroma's Vengeance.
In more ways than one. He's so far off from that mana.
And we also...
Here it comes down.
He played it.
And this is going to end the game real quick. EB looks at his hand of 4 cards and is like, yep, I can't deal with that 6/6 flyer.
It's funny because, like, when you're playing this Chaos Draft, right, and everybody has these mystery envelopes, the one thing that you don't want... Oh, he gets his planes. The one thing you don't want is kind of a new set, right? You want to be... It's fun to open a pack of Chronicles. It's fun to open a pack of Urza's Legacy or World Wake. But look at the quality of the cards in the newer set compared to Scavenger Folk. I mean, Scavenger Folk's been getting a bad rap this whole day, but come on, let's look at the
just
difference.
A scavenging punching bag, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? You kind of need that in these drafts as well because you need to break the stalemate sometimes. Sometimes you can just sit there looking at the ground clogged up, and then the new cards like Power Creep is a thing. And a 6/6 flyer can end a board stall real fast. Especially when you're drawing cards and gaining life at the same time.
It's a good thing that Kavu isn't in play still, right?
Well, what EB needs to do is control magic that vindicates Sliver. And then we got ourselves a game.
Yeah. Oh, we got the Teamer War Shaman.
Yeah.
Some creatures whose names I can't remember off the top of my head. So he's going to manifest.
Yep, strong card. So you end up with a 6/7 in power and toughness at least. If you can't flip over the manifested creature.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to stop the 8 in the air. That's so.
I see that it's a white card. If it's double white, he can't cast it anyway. So there you go. Boom. 2/2.
Well, see, this is really where these sleeves come into play. You really want that to be that dragon. You want that to be that menacing dragon.
Like, you want to forget and think it's
right.
a token, so he doesn't swing in with
some type of full art mythic, just like some really intimidating card. But no, Frank.
Honestly, Frank is so unfamiliar with what's going on in Magic. Actually, like he only plays Magic on camera for these events, so you could probably get away with telling him that that's a full art. Mythic Dragon. It's a 7/7.
It is such awesome art. Like the lightning in the background and everything. That's so cool. I love that they've finally been able to do that. When I first came back into Magic, I was saying I would quit for so long. In 2013, I came back and I saw all these full art sleeves with the art on it. I was like, whoa, that's amazing. This is way better than the penny sleeves I used to play with. Yeah. I immediately bought a pack. Before I finished my first draft, they were garbage. They had completely disintegrated. They had fallen apart. I was like, what is this? They're like, oh yeah, you never buy those full art sleeves. I was like, oh, I was immediately sad again. It was just like, okay, we haven't come that far. But Magic is way better than it was. It's awesome.
There are 2 different types of these Dragon Shield sleeves. We're really shilling for Dragon Shield, but whatever, the sleeves are awesome.
Yeah.
And the other ones you'll see Nick is using. But the ones that Nick is using actually have texture to them. So they...
Oh, they're matte backs. Well, these are glossy.
Exactly. And the ones with the matte back, I really like. So Frank is going in there for 8 damage, but he didn't activate Azor. Maybe he has other things he wants to play.
He has so many cards in his hand. Yeah, just start. That's like a Revenant. That's a black flyer. I forget exactly what it does, but
it has power and toughness equal to the number of creatures in your graveyard. Oh, he's showing us that he manifested a Chroma's Vengeance.
Oh no, the one card that might get him out of it.
I mean, he doesn't have the mana to cast it, but dang.
Yeah, the one out. People always say play to your outs, and he just manifested his out.
I mean, if he still had the disperse, if he didn't get so greedy with the disperse early on,
that's it.
He could have dispersed it.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
But he doesn't have. Oh, there it is.
You were saying?
Yeah. He needs a disperse.
I think the Oromancer gets back only enchantments. No.
He doesn't even have enough time, though. Even if he had the disperse, he's dead this turn, right? Mm-hmm. He can't stop the 6 plus the 2.
The 8 in the air, yeah. He's thinking. The gears are turning. He probably has another white flyer. Now, he might just be thinking, do I even want to show this to Frank? Like, is there really any coming back? Like, unless you could kill the Azor, Frank could just refill his mid and gain... How many life? So 3. So 4, draw 4 cards and gain 4 life and still beating with a 6/6 flyer.
I mean, at the very least, what you do is if you're EB, you pass a turn and see if he plays any more cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't just scoop here. Also, I don't believe he has to reveal his manifest card because it could be anything.
That's right. It's not the same as Morph.
Because I would not want to reveal that card specifically.
No. That's an important one to keep secret because now Frank feels maybe a bit more confident that he could just ditch his hand, overextend, exactly. Last gasp, all-out attack. Instant speed overrun. Even that won't do it because he has instant speed vindicate.
Yes, he does.
That thing. It's a tough situation. And this is why 1-mana 1/1s kind of suck. Although the scavenging punching bag does kill an artifact. Maybe Frank would have had an important artifact at some point, but like, sure, you got some damage early, but right now it's just it literally does nothing. It's just a dead card. Frank got to play with 1 extra card this game. 2 really because EB also mulliganed.
It's true.
I like how he kept it back though. He wasn't willing to lose it.
Yeah.
In combat.
And that was in... I don't think that was in danger of being blocked. Oh, he revealed it. Didn't have to. All right, so we're gonna go over to game 2.
Yep. Frank up 1-zip.
He had an Elgod Inquisitor in his hand as well. That came up.
Which one's the Inquisitor?
The 3 and a white 2/2 lifelink, and when it dies, you get a 1/1 spirit.
That's a good card.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
2/2 lifelink.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
4.
Yeah.
All right. EB leads with a forest. Didn't have to mull this time.
Mm-hmm.
Frank responds.
Better start already.
He was going to respond with that 1 and 2 blue, draw 2 cards. If he has Seduce Blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Just 3. So we got the Kavu again. Look who's back.
And Frankie, Moment of Craving? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right away.
That's how
I saw him draw that on the first turn. That's such a great card.
Oh, it's fantastic, yeah. And he had to table that, remember? Because he took the Azor from that pack. Unless he tabled the Azor. Which
Yeah.
we didn't see.
Tabling is a little bit easier in a 4-person draft.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I actually like small drafts sometimes because you need to think about tabling that much more. In an 8-person draft, you're just hoping for like maybe some sideboard card at the end, or in your first pack, maybe something small might be coming back. But in a small draft, you could really start playing around. Oh, look at this. Explore for full value.
Yeah, he was able to play that Celestial Colonnade and Forest.
Sick. No mana issues this game.
Still doesn't have double white.
That double blue, though.
He does have double blue.
Drop that 3/4 Peacock. Because last game, EB wasn't just off white mana, but he was missing land drops early on, too. He had all sorts of mana issues.
You got that Magus of the Library. So if he has 7 cards in his hand, exactly 7, he can tap it to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
And he could just tap it for colorless mana. Because it's almost exactly like a library, right?
And it's a 2/2.
It's a 1/1.
1/1, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a 1/2. I was wrong. It doesn't need to be. I think it's fine.
No, it's a great card.
And that was like, he picked that when there's like 4 cards left in the pack, too.
Anything that's going to just like, it's a 1/1, sure, but it gives you a color mana, that's already good. Ooh, a little counterspell here.
So, both players have
wills.
Gust Cloak carriers. Both of them have the 3 and a white 2/2 flyer, except I guess it was in the Onslaught pack, and one of them was foiled. So there's
no chance that was in the dollar store packs?
No, because it was Sean passing him the dollar store pack, and we never saw it. So.
Oh, just beating for 1. Nothing from EB, so maybe the white mana issues again. That's too bad, seeing that he was at 4 mana on turn 3.
Or maybe he's keeping land in his hand because he wants to start activating that.
Oh, just going back, you think he might have time for that? I wonder how many cards in his hand. Maybe about 4? Oh, disperse.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, that was
just condescend. But it's a disperse in his graveyard there.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I thought that he countered it because Frank put it in the.
Yeah, he put it in the graveyard. It threw you off.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a double white. Okay, things are happening for EB now. Gets his 6/7, 4/5, and 2/2 body down. Manifest.
And
Show us what it is, EB. Show us what it is.
Idea.
Flip it over and shake it around. So EB's doing the real tempo here, the counterspell, the bounce. He's gone ahead on board, and Azor hits the table.
EB's like, I thought we were playing a chaos draft. What is happening right now?
Mm-hmm.
You have just consistent bombs.
Esper first picks.
Yeah. So now it's all about what's in EB's hand.
So if EB starts attacking with that 4/5, oh, he's attacking with the Manifest too. Is there any way Frank is blocking with his 6/6 flyer?
Oh, EB must have the Divine Verdict in his hand.
I would, even if he doesn't, I would just be bluffing an attack here. I don't think Frank could block. Like, just take it, now you get to attack and gain some life back, or... Especially when you're tapped out. He's at 21 still. We'll see what happens.
I would definitely just take it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't risk that, because you can get all that life back, pretty much. You can get 4 life back or whatever next turn. So.
Mm-hmm. And Frank sells a lot of cards in hand, even if he doesn't want to gain the life and draw the cards this turn. I'm sure he could clog up the ground and create some chump blockers. Like, these things don't have evasion.
Like, if you have the ability to start using that Azor, what's that ability?
Sphinx's Revelation.
Yeah, Sphinx's Rev. Once you have the ability to start doing that, cards don't have the same value anymore.
That's right.
Like,
so trade off, chump block. I draw 4 more cards. Gain the 4 life. Boom. So the ability, is Frank going to use it on the trigger?
I think he said no, he's not going to use it.
And then
we said Divine Verdict.
Ooh.
But Frank has Hollow Hinge Spirit, which can remove a creature from combat.
He doesn't use it.
Do you think he could have used that?
No. Would it still be attacking?
If you remove it from combat and you pass a turn.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Maybe. Let us know in the comments down below if you know the ruling on that. I think that...
I would say yes, that he could have used it to save it.
Yeah,
because it would no longer be attacking.
But he uses it now to remove the Timur War dude.
The 4/5.
The 4/5, and then he blocks the Manifest. Oh, looks like we got a flip and fight here.
So it's a 2/2 lifelink.
2/2 lifelink.
Yeah, and then if he dies, he gets a 1/1 flying spirit.
So so he gains 2 life and gets a spirit for flipping.
But you have to pay the
casting cost.
The casting cost.
And he does.
And I don't know the wording on the spirit there, but the Temur War Shaman thing should still be tapped, right? Because it just moves it from combat. It doesn't actually flicker it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
And he gets a spirit. Is he gonna? Yeah,
there it is.
A Dick Tracy card there. Mumbles or
marbles.
You ever see that movie Dick Tracy with Warren Beatty? Got Madonna in it.
It had Madonna. I remember Warren Beatty. I remember them fighting on like a Zeppelin at the end. It was really crazy. And the bad guy was like some giant guy with this really gnarly face. It was cool. I remember liking it.
He was like hunchback.
Was that Al Pacino?
Yeah, Al Pacino.
Oh my god, I need to rewatch this. I heard it was filled with stars, but they were so heavily maked up, and I was pretty young when it came out. I didn't recognize them at all.
John C. Reilly is in it, and he plays Flat Top, I think.
No way.
Yeah.
He would have been just a young kid then.
Yeah, and they didn't even use any makeup on him. They just let him in.
Your face is cool enough. You don't need nothing.
We got the actual guy from the comics showed up.
Yeah.
So he plays Revenant, that is a flying black creature, and its power and toughness equal to the number of creatures in his graveyard, and I believe there are 3.
Mm-hmm.
We got a Choking Tethers, cycle Choking Tethers to tap the Teamer War Shaman when EB says he's going to attack.
Is that all he taps?
Yeah, because he just cycled it. So
Oh,
you
he
cycle
cycled
it,
it, yeah.
you get to tap 1 creature, or you can cast it to tap up to 4.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was reading the 4 target creatures.
I used to
Nice.
love that card in Onslaught.
That is good. Anything that cycles is great. Like, especially cycles with the ability.
With an ability?
Yeah.
Because it's uncounterable,
Mm-hmm.
too.
Well, with regular counter spells.
Yeah, if you can't... triggered ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. He can also start going in with the Celestial Colonnade. Like, whoa, hey, yo! We got an Exultant Sky Marcher.
Just showing off the beautiful art there, huh? Oh, and the Hydra. So I was thinking I was going to mention the Colonnade play as well, but dropping 2 creatures is much stronger. That's very smart. Yeah.
Especially with this Hydra that he's making sure Frank can see, because he's like, I'm going to beat you with this card.
Yeah.
So he can activate it for 3 and make it a 6/6 trampler next turn.
He even has the colorless mana in that the library card, so he could actually make it a 7/7 trample.
Good eye. Good eye.
And the 4/5 is still there. And you got the 1/1 flyer. You got EB's very far ahead right now, and the Colonnade could come in as well. That's a.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. He's got this. Frank has the Sliver.
Oh,
so
the
that's
Vindicate.
It's gonna take care of something.
But he has to wait a turn. I saw that it does need to tap to use its ability.
Oh, does it? I didn't know that.
I believe so.
Oh, it doesn't look like he's gonna play it though. He's got something even better, and that's foiled.
Oh,
He's
my
got
goodness!
the foiled Kakusho in there. It's not a mythic; it's a rare in Iconic Masters. I was wrong about that.
Frank's
He's got some
deck
bombs.
is awesome. It's 5/5. So when it dies, each opponent loses 5 life, and you gain life equal to life loss this way. So multiplayer becomes ridiculous, but in this format, it's still just like a 10-point life swing once you deal with the 5/5 flyer. And EB can't believe it. He's like, "What is this?"
He's like, I dealt with Azor. Like, why do I have to deal with another one of these?
Yeah. Luckily, EB does have a pretty healthy life total.
Yeah, definitely.
He can't start getting in just maybe with the Hydra and seeing where the game goes. Because a 7/7 trample still, Frank still can't really deal with that. He'll still be losing the Kokoshu, and then EB's able to run him over with all his flyers. But of course, it makes Revenant bigger as well. Revenant will become a 4/4.
Now, before this whole tournament started, we let people pick who they thought was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot riding on this for certain people. You know, some people picked EB, some people picked Frank, you know, to win this thing. And there's going to be some heartbreak after this.
Mm-hmm. This is serious bragging rights on the table here.
And the chance to win a pretty nice prize. By the way, you have to sign a card for that. We have signed cards from all the players, and we're gonna have one from Aaron and myself as well in there.
This is something I'm capable of doing.
Evie actually drew. He's an artist, and he did some pretty cool sketches on some basic lines.
Oh yeah? Oh, we get to get creative here. I like it.
Yeah. And Sean, of course, is one of the podcasters on Commander's Brew.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a actor and comedian in Toronto. And he wrote a joke on his, so should be good. Anyway, EB has decided to go in with the 7/7 trample. Can't blame him.
No, it seems like a strong move. So Frank can double block. He does have 8 power and toughness on the board, but the Kokoshu is holding back a lot of other threats right now. So we'll see what Frank does.
Oh, he just took it.
Boom! To the face. Did he draw a Wrath of God?
No.
No, okay. I thought it was a Day of Judgment for a moment.
Can you imagine?
How many packs did Frank open?
He got past the Kakusho.
Wow. In drafts like this, especially for people, unless you're taking a very strong card, it's almost worth hate drafting.
Yeah, because you do not want to play against that.
No, you don't.
Oh, he's got to exile target creature or enchantment. And he'll choose the 7/7 trample, which, I gotta say, Frank's spot on with that decision making.
Yes.
He is spot on. That is a great decision. And we've got more removal. Oh, you don't have to tap it.
No, it was just, I thought the...
Yeah, the
so
three.
It's 3, exactly, yeah.
It looks like the tap symbol. I agree. Would you rather it say tap and sack or pay 3 and sack?
Oh, pay 3.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You could do it the turn it comes down. And the 3 colorless, because you were saying it was Vindicate, so I was assuming it was 1, a white, and a black. So just 3 colorless for every sliver. That's a very, very strong... That's an uncommon?
Yeah.
Wow. That is a... I'm assuming there's other slivers in Planar Chaos as well. That's a very strong card.
This is back in the day when slivers didn't say all your slivers. It was all slivers.
Oh.
So in Limited, if your opponent had slivers, that's why it costs 3 colorless, because then they can use it on
So if
you.
EB drops a Changeling here,
He can use it.
he gets a Vindicate.
Yeah, on
Cool.
the Kakusho.
I like it. That's really interesting. That's right. I forgot slivers were like that. Now modern day slivers are all your slivers have this ability.
Just your slivers. Yeah, exactly. And that was kind of what balanced it out. There was a famous sliver, I think, in Planar Chaos. It was Plague Sliver, and it was what was that?
All slivers get like -1/-1.
It was 2 and 2 black, and it was a 5/5. And during each player's upkeep, they take 1 damage equal to the number of slivers they control. So it was the anti-sliver sliver.
Yeah.
The sliver you play against the sliver deck.
And you get a Balduvian Horde, a 4-mana 5/5.
It was actually based off of Jusum Jin.
Oh yeah,
Because it was 2 and 2 black for a 5/5.
And it deals you 1 damage.
You 1 damage.
Yeah, that's smart. And it's probably like $2 compared to 500.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. EB plays the Peacock. We get to see it in play.
That's right. And did you see what he? Did you notice what he goated? Maybe the sliver.
I was really excited about talking about Jusum Jin. So I kind of missed that, but probably the sliver though, right? Like that's.
I would
Templeman's
assume
gotta
so.
use
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah. And it's still a 3/3 flyer. That Frank's something with. So
3/4 flyer.
oh, the Revenant is a
Oh no,
3/4?
no,
that's a
the-
3/3
yeah,
still.
Sorry.
Yeah. So it looks like he chose that. So I guess
This is nuts. Look, he's got a Kakusho and the Revenant in play, and in the graveyard, all 3 of his creatures have flying as well. The Hollow Henge Spirit, the Gust Cloak, and the Azor.
Azor. Yeah.
He's only playing creatures with flying.
So
and a Vindicate.
I don't know what EB plans on doing here, but because Frank has the instant speed Vindicate on the sliver, he can pump his Revenant to a 4/4 at any time. So I wonder.
Oh, he's using the sliver to destroy the Celestial Colonnade.
Because it's any permanent. But so what happened to the Peacock?
The Peacock blocked the Revenant.
Oh,
and
EB
then he
just
sacked. Yeah,
EB just didn't see what I was just talking about.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's tough. There's a lot going on here. This is many different sets, and these players are not familiar with all these cards.
Some would say it's chaotic.
Some would say. I mean, we got a Dick Tracy card on the table. When did that show up? What pack was that in?
Marbles should be at least like a 4/4. Like, come on. You should have Intimidate. There's all sorts of abilities that this man in the hat should have. Where do these Dick Tracy cards come in? Was it their own pack, or was it this like McDonald's cards or something?
No, they were their own trading cards. Remember in the 90s and the 80s, there were trading cards for everything?
I loved Garbage Pail Kids. I still have a stack of about 80 Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
I'm cherishing that.
They still make them.
They came back, or they continued to make them through it?
Yeah. They
Oh my
continue to make
goodness.
them this entire time. And they do it.
Oh, that's amazing. Just some twisted individuals sitting there, like, drawing, like, the most disgusting, like, vomit. It's like, how can you make the vomit grosser this time?
And they do it as a satire about. They had a whole set based on the election, the United States election.
The Trump Clinton.
They had Trump cards, Clinton cards, Bernie Sanders cards.
My goodness, that's almost too easy to think about this now. Where does one buy a pack of Garbage Pail Kids?
In the States, you can buy them at Targets, or you can
Really?
buy them online. If you
Online,
live in
all right.
Canada, like me.
I'm gonna have to go onto this so-called internets.
I'll
I've
show
heard
you.
I've heard a lot about it.
I can show you some new Garbage Pail Kids after this recording is done. You know, since we're talking about garbage pail kids, another thing that they do that I wish that Magic would actually do is sometimes inside a pack of the cards, they have an original sketch from one of the garbage pail kids.
Oh, super cool. I thought you were going to say turn them into stickers.
Yeah. At least the commons, so you can do something else with your draft chaff after it's over. But like, how sick would it be if you just opened up a pack and there was like an original artist sketch?
Yeah. To show like how the final image evolved, like something like usually the sketches are a little bit different. They have a few and then they go with one of them.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
No, what do they call those?
I like getting that advertisement at the end of the pack to just tell.
Well, that's the card that you'd switch out for the original art, the bonus.
Yes, and you even
Or
like maybe but these $10 Masters packs, like put something like that inside. But they've been doing a pretty good job, like with the unstable, with the tokens and stuff. Those are some pretty cool tokens and lands in there. So I think when they want to really try and get creative, then they have some ideas, but sometimes they just choose not to, I guess.
So Eevee's just chumping Kakusho at this point.
And Frank still has another flyer, and it's 1/5 that Chimera.
Yeah,
and I think it blocks an additional creature.
You can pay 1 and a white to let it block an additional creature.
Yeah.
He just played the returned Phalanx. It is a 3/3 defender for 2, and then you can pay 1 and a blue to have it lose defender or attack as though it didn't have it.
Great card from Theros.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really
so
strong.
good it made Masters 25.
Yeah, it's just like one of those great cards that if you can play it in black, just a 3/3 on turn 2 is going to stop so much like aggression coming your way. And then if you are playing blue, you're able to get in it as well. It's a very, very, very good card. I would play it when I was playing Theros. I would just put in black decks in general because the format was so aggressive. And a 3/3 the creatures were kind of small as well, so a 3/3 would hold the ground for a while.
Okay, so
we've gone right off the camera here. That's how big Frank's board is.
Yeah,
of flyers.
So he played Secrets of the Golden City, and this time he does have 10.
Yes.
So he drew 3 cards.
So he has Ascended. He's gained the City's Blessing and a new mitt full of cards. Before and now he really gets to decide.
Let me ask you this: do you think this is the first time in history somebody has hit the City's Blessing from a Secrets of the Golden City while they have a Coastline Chimera in play? It's got to be the first time, right?
That is not going to happen a lot. Yeah, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to put my stamp on it. The first time in history you're witnessing it on Milo the Gathering. Yep, Chaos Draft 2018.
I think Eevee's just making sure that the Revenant is not bigger than the Kakusho at this point, because he wants to block the one of the highest power.
I think Eevee's just trying to stay alive so he could draw a Chroma's Vengeance.
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. But since Frank hit used the Necrotic Sliver to hit the Celestial Colonnade,
is he off the double white again?
Off the double white.
Oh my goodness. So Eevee had some mana issues in both these games. But Frank played well. Like he noticed that the Colonnade was giving he did it. He did have it. The double white and double blue the Colonnade was giving him, and the 4/4 flyer. So he just said, "I'm getting rid of that."
Frank played really well.
Yep.
Well, that's it for round 1. Sorry if you picked Eevee, but if you picked Frank, you're still in this competition. Join us next week for round number 2. Thanks, Aaron.
Take care.